Hello, everyone. For some reason, my Twitter stream still isn't working. What the fuck's going on with the Twitter stream? Anyway, good afternoon. How's it going, everyone? Gooser, good afternoon from Europe. Well, it isn't an evening for Europe, but hey, what's up? Let's see here. Audio sounds muffled. It shouldn't. Listen, this is the same mic that I use in the gaming stream, Katie. It should sound the same. There should be no difference. Okay, let's see here. Any missed super chats? Can I moderate the first ever presidential election debate between Dev and his chat? Thanks, Terrace. Thanks for the $5, dude. I know Lives and Dev's walls give a few $5 earlier. Thank you. Why in the name of golf scores weren't you on Archcast yesterday? Well, my power went out for like 6 hours, which is why the video came out at fucking midnight. It was supposed to come out in the evening. And I was supposed to do my own stream. I had no fucking power for 6 hours, so I just rushed the video out. Hey Jake, over on Kick. Why a late sip? Because Naomi gets home in about 2 hours, and then we're going to stream some Final Fantasy VII, her and I together. Her and her Moogle outfit, and me in my Black Mage outfit. We're going to continue our SFO Arcade Final Fantasy VII playthrough. So, chat, what's going on? Hey, Neon Reagan. Eventually, YouTube chat will kick in. There was a pretty big storm yesterday, like a rainstorm. So I assume that it was just like thunder and lightning that knocked power out for a bit. Canada does not normally have power outages now. Arch thought your power went out because you didn't simp for Justin Trudeau hard enough that day. Yeah, I understand the jokes. Dev, what are your thoughts on global warming? It's a problem, but we'll fix it. I think our continued technological improvement will solve things like climate change, global warming, without having to do the bullshit degrowth communism nonsense. Nuclear power will get us there. Haven't seen it yet. Avalon, what's up? If you think global warming... Okay, hold on. If you think climate change is a hoax, you're a retard. Like, it's as simple as that. Canada went socialist? They want to, but they're not yet. There's still private ownership of the means of production, so Canada's not yet socialist. Dev does read YouTube chat. I can see it, dude. It's just that it's not appearing on screen until Botrix gets its head of its ass. Oh, that's you, Lumi, isn't it? Over in Twitch chat. Hold on. I keep forgetting that's your full name. So how was the Archcast without me? I'm sure people were happy that there was no Dev on the channel because Arch's audience can be irrationally mad at me sometimes. Zab11, thanks for the 14. That's a weird amount, but thank you. $14. They may as well golf it out. Watching two old men argue like those guys in the TD Bank commercials remind me of the Pixar short about the old man playing chess with himself. Yeah, man. Wait. Turns out that the judgment that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation came from Biden campaign officials with ties to the CIA. The House Judiciary Committee released a report on that. That's wild. If true, I got to look at that. Because like here, we were talking like 6 months ago. Like everyone's like, I bet the government was behind it. And it's like, listen, you need proof. You need some sort of like actual link. You need something, right? You need something on paper. You can't just be like reading, Twitter headlines that have like all caps, breaking, and then like a couple of those emojis where it's like a siren. And like consider that your source. Like if you believe that shit, you're a retard. But okay, if there's actually something official that's coming out, like actual evidence, I definitely want to take a look at it. I missed your yapping because you're easy to bounce off of. Everyone missed you. They wanted the pet commie back. I don't believe it, man. Arch's audience hates me. I do provide like the other side of the conversation because like I'm not really left wing. But Arch is more right-leaning than I am, for sure. And I can argue more left-wing positions than the ones that I actually believe, so I can at least, like, steelman them and, play devil's advocate. I can do that. So that's fun for the show sometimes because now we have some conflict and we're, like, bouncing ideas back and forth. But there's definitely a segment of Arch's channel that just wants... They just want Arch's channel to be, like, a safe space with no pushback, with no other ideas, with only right-wing ideas. And it's like, that's not very good, all right? That's just as bad as left-wing safe spaces. Conversational things on the fly is something I need to work on because I'm afraid of being rude and talking over people. Yep. No offense. This is something that I think women struggle with more than men. Might be a socialization thing, might be a biology thing, I don't know. But it's definitely something that a lot of women have said when they're like becoming content creators. That this is something I struggle with. The issue is that like debate is inherently in some ways a masculine thing. And so you have to do some stuff that is just out of your comfort zone. You can do it. Doesn't mean women can't do it. It just takes work and practice, Let's see here. Let's see. Dev is a Chad nuke enjoyer. I actually like nuclear power. We need more nuclear power, dude. Debate is masculine. Have you seen Mean Girls? I get your point. Okay. Adherent to Lady Columbia. Thanks for the $5. After posting hundreds of AI images in general, I confirmed Dev's Discord opinions on race and hags changed by showing an anime brown woman or an older woman. Exactly, dude. There are like racists who are hanging around. Then you show them a hot brown girl and they're like 100% on board. Of course they are. Hey, Big Joe, what's up? Dev, it's not that you're left-wing. You just have this tendency to rub against people the wrong way, and you revel in the chaos a little too much and can't help yourself. They are kind of irrational about you, too, so it's a little column A and a lot of column B. They are not just kind of irrational. They're very irrational. I've been told that I rub against people the wrong way, and I don't know why. I never try to be. I always try to be very friendly to everyone that I come across, and apparently everyone says that I'm not. It's like, well... I've done my best. If the Democrats stick with Biden, it's going to be a fucking bloodbath in November, I think. It's going to be like a shit show. Zerg, $5. Thank you. We like the banter, mate. However, what are the odds that Biden will be flipped? I want Biden to be flipped, all right? I don't know who they'd fucking put in there. I'm not sure whoever they put in there would even be, like, successful. But, like if you flip Biden, you lose all... Okay, hold on. If the Democrats go with Biden to the end, what happens? Well, Biden's ancient. He goes to one more debate, gets slaughtered again, unless they somehow pump him up full of fucking, like, heroin or something, or meth, all right? They got to meth him up. But they send Biden in, gets slaughtered in another debate. Fuck. And then, like, he just looks old and feeble and weak, and... the party line of, hey, we're not voting for Biden himself, we're voting for his cabinet and all the people behind him. It's like, well, yeah, I get it. Like, the executive branch isn't just the president. There are other officers within the executive branch that are also important, and they can be competent, and they can do things in Biden's stead. But, like, you don't want someone at the head of the helm to be like a fucking zombie, right? So it's rough if they go with Biden. But if they swap Biden out, they have so many disadvantages. They might get someone who's younger and smarter and more on the ball and appears stronger. So those are a bunch of positives, right? And maybe like a younger guy can go into a debate in September and beat Trump in a debate. That's possible. But you lose the incumbent advantage, all right? You piss off a whole bunch of people who wanted Biden. You certainly piss off Kamala Harris because it's not going to be fucking her. No one likes her. But she feels like she's next in line, so you piss her off, all right? You piss off. By the way, you also you hand like a win to the Republicans right away, so that they can very easily spin it as like the Democrats are falling apart internally and there's all this infighting. Like they can spin it so hard, and you also lose the opportunity to have had run a primary, and so now this is not even an elected candidate by Democrat voters; it's an appointed candidate, and that's a huge optics L, right? Because at the very least, you did have people come out in the Democratic primaries and vote for Biden. And you can at least make the claim, oh, those guys had their say. It was at least a democratic process. But now, if you show up with someone else and no one votes for him, it's like, here's our leader now. It's like, oh, no one chose this. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. It's attacked. It's completely correct. It's attacked. Rishi Sunak in the UK. They did it with him, and it was a fucking disaster. If they do it again, it's going to be rough. Right. Hey, Deb, do you still stand by the take about Northam and the abortion decision? Yes. I was completely correct about that. I mean, I'm also pro-choice, so if you think I'm here being like a pro-life guy, I'm not. Oh man, coffee's good. Let's see what else. More super chats. Thanks, guys. Bilk Skerner, $20. Thank you. Dev, I think a disconnect between you and your USA viewers is you aren't having to choose between the Eastman memos and We Beat Medicare. I know I can't bring myself to vote for Biden after that debate. This sucks. Fair enough, right? There is definitely an aspect of, like, if it were me, I'd probably still vote for Biden, but I would hate it. Or I'd vote third party, or I wouldn't vote. But I would never, ever vote Trump because of the Eastman memo. The Eastman memo permanently disqualifies Trump for the rest of his life, no matter what, for me. Like, it is beyond the pale. It is over the line. The Eastman memo was too much. But, like, that doesn't mean that the other candidates are any good. Because they're fucking not. Right? In some states, it's too late to pull the Biden from the ballot. Yeah. Like, they're so fucked, dude. Artemis, thanks for $20. The Great Barrier Reef growth has reached a new all-time high for the third straight year in a row. Water temperature change isn't impacting like it was claimed. Climate change might be real, but all predictions have been lies. Can you send me info on that Great Barrier Reef stuff? I want to see it. And thank you. Let's see here. Hold on. Zerg for $5. Thanks. Doesn't every channel have a segment that wants a safe space? Yeah, it's true. Like, every channel is like, go over to like Vosh or Hassan, like very far left people. They're like, you can't debate anyone. Don't bring any rightoids here. No one's like, all the fucking centrists, get them out. Like, and then go very far right. If you go to like someone who's quite far right, like a Nick Fuentes, they police their community very hard. Even someone who's like a center right person, like V, his community is like very, very insular. They don't want any outside opinion penetrating their safe space. Hi, Miss Sparkles, what's up? But yeah, basically, like, there's definitely a segment in every community that wants a safe space. And I don't mind putting that safe space up in like a private Discord or something, but it's not going to be the channel itself. It's not going to be the videos. It's not going to be the streams. We will entertain all ideas here, and that's how it is. Terrace, thanks for the $10, dude. There have been a string of very consequential Supreme Court decisions in the last few days. Do you plan to run through them quickly? I don't think so. I don't understand. Was it the Chevron case? I don't fully understand what's going on there. Like, these are some things the things that have happened with the Supreme Court the past few days, I don't have enough information on. I don't know what's going on, so I don't think I feel comfortable talking about them. I mean, like oh man. My very basic surface level knowledge, don't hold me to it, of the Chevron case is that Chevron was some sort of standard by which the federal government had to trust certain accredited experts on very on certain topics. They had to go by like the like expert opinion because they were like very technical. They were very technical topics, and basically the Supreme Court overruled that. I don't know how I feel about that. If that's how it is, I just don't know enough. I don't know enough. Chevron is bigger than Roe v. Wade, really? Okay, let's see here. What's next? Lives in Dev's Walls gifted 5 memberships. Thanks very much, dude. Very appreciated. Terrace, $10 again. Thanks, man. My Trump biggest missed opportunity during the debate was the climate question. He should have said, I will greenlight 100 new nuclear plants and we will have the lowest priced energy in the world. Yeah, no one, any party, anywhere in the world is pro-nuclear, and nuclear is the way to go. So, like, I don't even think Trump is pro-nuclear, frankly. But we need, at some point, we got to get on the nuclear train at some point. Yeah, in Canada we have like 5 major parties as well. It's just that I don't know. America's fucking weird. Let's see, Zerg, $5. Thanks, man. FYI, Destiny live streamed the debate 2x speed to cover for Biden on Kick. I mean, I figured he would. Destiny's he's a left leaning guy, right? He's not like a socialist, but he's definitely like somewhat progressive. So not surprised. If that's how it is, Vanguard King, I need some information on it. Lady Columbia, thanks for another $5. It's too late to transfer another candidate. By the way, I know you're still making that bleaching video. I'm making you 100 title cards via your Discord DM. Thanks, dude. Wait, Destiny likes to be jerked off with feet? Where the fuck did that come from? I don't think that's true. Oh my god, you super chatted and then retracted your own super chat. What is this retraction here? Okay. $10, FM9K, thanks, man. The problem with climate change is the Mott and Bailey issue. Definition 1, humans have an impact on climate and we should leave a healthy world for our descendants. Definition 2, green degrowth Trojan horse. Exactly. I've seen so many fucking like retard communists online who are like, we can't do nuclear power because it would solve the climate crisis without solving the problem of capitalism. And it's like, well, fuck you then. I don't give a shit. If you want you to make the trucker video, I don't know what that is. It was mentioned. Okay, Lumi, it's a long-standing meme in my community that because I'm Canadian and I'm somewhat close to the Canadian capital, that when the truckers protested in the capital back in 2021 or 2022, whenever it was, I should have like done a video on it, and I didn't. I was collecting all the information. I don't know if you know about what happened. It was the first time in a long time that the Canadian news made like international headlines. But basically, there was a whole bunch of vaccine mandates where like people were forced to get the vaccine to work, including truckers. And truckers said, "Fuck this! We don't want to be told what to do by the government." So all the truckers, not all the truckers, a good chunk of truckers in Canada just drove their big rigs right up to Parliament and started like blasting their horns. And they stayed there for like almost a month or something. It was a long time. Because Trudeau was like calling up various towing companies to clear him out and they wouldn't do it. They refused him. So that is a video that I will do when the Canadian election comes around for maximum impact because I fucking hate Trudeau. I mean, won't. Yes, I will, Murdoch. Fuck you. What's next? Jasso Havens, thanks for the $5. Democrats only need a fairly moderate candidate, even if he's nobody. So long as he can debate and they could win. But we all know they won't do that. Yeah, man, we gotta... The Dems are fucked. The Dems are just fucked, I think. I think they're done. Let's see here. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Jesus Christ, my fucking chat scrolled away. Oh, a guy who I banned gave me $10. Thanks for the free $10, buddy, but I'm banning you here too. Zerg, $2. Why is Arch's chat special? Or you? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. But thank you. Mervinu, $5. Based. All ideas entertained is rare nowadays, it seems. So sad. That's how I feel about it, man. Like, if the right wing is correct on an issue, you should be right wing. If the left wing is correct on an issue, you should be left wing. It's as simple as that. Like, you should go where the evidence goes and not care so much about whether it's good for your side. Like, there are some guys in the chat, sometimes Neon Reagan's like this. Some definitely that Brent Lol whatever guy, Lolarker guy it's in my chat. These guys are like, no, truth does not matter. We live in the post-truth world. Whatever is good for my team is what we must stand by. And it's like, no, fuck you. No. You should be able to entertain everything. Kenrick, thanks for the $10, dude. Well, I do think you're wrong about a lot of things. I do believe that you believe you're right instead of being disingenuous. It's the same reason I like Sargon, even though I disagree with him a lot. Here's something I've been doing recently. Like, there's people who say, Dev, you're wrong about this issue, and here's my critique. Completely fine. Sometimes they have good critiques, sometimes they have bad critiques, but that's completely reasonable, right? Then there are people who show up, and they're like, Dev, you're fucking stupid. It's like, okay, like, you can insult me. Insulting me is fine, all right? If you're just saying, like, yeah, you're dumb, and I think you've like completely missed the mark on this, and like, fuck you, okay, fine. I can tolerate like a foul mouth, okay? But then there are people who show up and they say, Dev, you're lying. Dev, you're bad faith. Dev, you don't actually believe this. At this point, I am just like banning those people because I'm tired of dealing with them. I'm tired of like, they say, Dev, you're lying to us. You're evil. And then I'm just like, okay, here's my reason as to why I think you're wrong. And it's a good faith reason. You can disagree with the logic, but at least I'm laying it out for you. And I'll post that to them. And they'll say, no, Dev, you're evil. You're wrong. You're bad faith. You're going to make, and it's like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with dealing with those people. I'm just done. I've reached my limit. I'm now just banning those people. Or I must know that you're joking, you fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. Hold on, wait. Reaver45, Dev, you could use more examples of the right being correct. Unfortunately, you tend to only chastise. Hold on. I need to read this fucking retarded comment that just scrolled away. Who is this? There's a guy who is just like, yeah, Dev, you could use more examples of the right being correct. Unfortunately, you tend to only chastise the right most of the time and only chastise the left on its most extreme fringes. Like, are you serious? Have you seen my fucking channel, dude? Like, so my Trump derangement syndrome video was critiquing people who irrationally lose their minds at Trump. That's critiquing the left. My video, why is the right wing winning, was critiquing the left and some of the dumb things they've been doing by pushing people rightward, all right? My video, everything normal is right wing, that's critiquing the left because they took everything normal and made it right wing. Like, this idea that I criticize the right more than the left is insane. I don't know how the fuck you could possibly think this, all right? Like, I pinned most of the Chicka Conroy harassment in that video politically on progressives. Okay, dude. All right. Neon Reagan says, I still don't get the irrational hate people have for you. The most harsh things I can say is that you might be cringe or dumb or something. Some of these people that hate you are insane. I know. And here's the thing, like Neon Reagan, I completely politically disagree with you. Like, you and I have some very serious, deep political disagreements. And you know it, and I know it. And yet, even you can see that some of these people are insane. Okay. By the way, thanks for all these super chats and supports, guys. You guys are actually great. Okay. Biden for president. Trump for God Emperor. Simple as. Thanks, Mr. Bruh. Thanks. Wait, Christina Brown. Don't let I get under your skin, Devil. Thanks very much, Christina. Christina Brown, are you Christina Tasty, or is that a different Christina? Rusta, $2. Thanks, man. Nuclear is the only topic where big oil is behind. I guess, yeah. Artemis Fowl, $10. Thanks, man. Until climate change can actually produce accurate models, nobody should put any stock in alarmism. The U.S. has been cooler consistently than in the 80s. The trending average argument is failing. Okay, if you say so. I'm not sure about that, but I'll have to look into it. Let's see here. William, thanks for joining the $5 club. Really appreciate that. Terrace, $20. Thanks, man. Chevron, in short, said that the court had to defer to federal agencies by default on what they could regulate. Now, if an agency is challenged on their authority, the judge has to look at the facts of the matter first. Okay. I can see that being both a positive and a negative, depending. Like, that's not necessarily a good thing. I'm going to have to do my video on, like, democracy versus experts at some point, because expertise and democracy are, like, two fundamentally opposed forces in society. And yet they're both necessary, though. Bill Skirner. Third-party candidates are a joke this cycle as well. The LP candidate, Chase Oliver, is the closest. He's a clown, like that's my former party. Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Nothing tasty about me? All right. Dev, any games you're looking forward to for the rest of the year? Just picked up Elden Ring because I was replaying Bloodborne. I figured the next 1,000 hours of my gaming could be sidelined. Oh, I'm looking forward to the new Zelda game, dude. New Zelda game. Looks fucking good, but I'm a Zelda Nintendo cuck. 100%. I soy out every time Zelda is announced. Sean King, $20. Thanks, man. You asked me to tell you about bioremediation last week. It's the use of biological processes to remove pollution or waste from the environment. One recent discovery is a bacteria that breaks down microplastic into CO2 and H2O. That sounds pretty good, dude. Send me information on it. That sounds awesome. Send to Streamlabs. Okay, I'll check it out real quick. Thanks, man. Thanks, Holznader. Let's see. Streamlabs. Why doesn't you... Fuck. Oh my god. Streamlabs. Can you fucking get with it? God damn it. I need a cough drop like Biden did. But yeah, like someone in the chat mentioned that Dev's big problem is he doesn't understand that the government always grows and it's always evil and never trust it. And I'm just like, no. That's kind of some libertarian cope right there. Government can be evil. Government has caused problems and will cause problems again. Government has lied. This idea that you default to not trusting them is just kind of dumb. Frankly, just as dumb as defaulting to trusting them. You should always look give it a case by case basis. You know, they're like, just because there have been bad governments does not mean that all governments are the same. Okay, let's see here. From Real Holzner, thanks for. Oh wait, there's Zokai for $1. Congratulations on your child wife, based on the totally credible claim for someone who posted to you on X, formerly known as Twitter, dude. There's a thread right now of like made up dev lore. It's fucking wild. Yeah, I do, Void Spark. I do. Okay. Holznader, $5. They could put in Gavin Newsom. Also, hi, Dev. Hope you're doing well. I definitely disagree with some of your takes and priorities. I think I'm trying to keep it pretty simple between us. Hope you feel the same. Good luck. Keep pursuing the truth. Thank you very much, Holznader. Of course, obviously, yes. I'm glad you're here. It's not going to be Newsom because Newsom knows that it's basically like a long shot and he would destroy his career. Newsom is being teed up for 2028. It's not going to be him. They might like throw Pete Buttigieg to the wolves or something. I don't know. Thanks for the sub over on Twitch, Naxalis. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Also $5. I think it's hilarious that in response to all the Juneteenth and lionization of black oppression, that many Discord porn sections have been overrun with bleached porn. Is that true? That's fucking hilarious, man. Bleached porn is the best. You cannot deny. Okay. PI, $2. Why is Arch super right wing? He's not. Arch is a combination of being like center right to medium right, not hard right, but he's also like edgy as fuck. That's also what he is too, which is fine, by the way. I enjoy edgy jokes. Engineer, $20. Thank you. Shenron overturning ramification is twofold. Now courts have to interpret laws and regulations, not unelected agency bureaucrats, and Congress should write unambiguous laws if they want specific regulations in place. Like I said, I don't know enough about it. That could be good. It could also be bad. I don't know. Bleached porn is when white guys fuck non-white girls. Specifically that. Yeah, here's the thing. I am not such a democracy cuck that I'm going to sit here and be like, they're unelected, it's terrible. No, actually. Some things should be unelected, in fact. Some things people should not vote on. Because that is how it should be. Come on. Come on. Fucking YouTube. YouTube always gives me a fucking problem. Hylian Juggalo, $5. This is why I keep pushing having a call-in segment during the SIP. Put a more human element to it. I'd love to spend 10 minutes legit talking to you. I should try it again at some point. I've tried it in the past, and it's honestly been a shit show. Like, a really bad shit show at times. And it's like, oh, fuck, dude. Twitch shouldn't be in emote mode. Oh, did I accidentally push the button? Here, can you turn it off? Can you turn that off, Naxalis? I might have accidentally pressed the button. Sorry. Rusta, $2. Dev Senpai. Notice me, your bad faith. Hello. Katie, $5. The debate left me utterly defeated. I can't vote for Trump for obvious reasons. Biden's just too old. And a third party, who? RFK Jr. has brainworms. Yeah, I hear that a lot, right? Because Trump, maybe not Trump himself, but a good chunk of the Republicans right now want to make transitioning for adults illegal, which is ridiculous, by the way. Like, there's a good faith conversation to be had about people under 18. Fair enough. But above 18, there's just no reason to do it. There's just no reason to do it because you're an adult now. You can do whatever the fuck you want. If you want to like get a bunch of plastic surgery and look like the other gender, go ahead. It's your fucking business, right? So the fact that that Republicans want to ban that, it's like, man, I don't think any trans person can actually vote for Trump this time around. Ain't no way. Lives in Dev's walls. Thanks for the $5. Dev, I'm done with these people. Also, I needed to talk about the thing this one guy said and rage about it. No, I'm not doing that this time. I'm reading super chats. Newer 40. Thanks for the donation, man. Personally, I don't like using left and right descriptions because it's too broad and usually use it as a pejorative. Completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. That's why I try to say like liberals versus progressives versus socialists, right? Artemis Fowl, $10. Nothing has happened this political cycle that has surprised me in the slightest. I find it funny that destiny is becoming more unhinged as Teflon Don gets closer to the White House. Yeah, fair enough. I think the issue ultimately, and I can see it too, is that the fans of Teflon Don are also becoming more unmoored from reality as we get closer and closer to the election. Here's the thing. If Donald Trump loses, there's going to be a not insignificant portion of the population that thinks he was cheated again, whether or not he actually was. They are defaulting to that. They're going to be like, if we won, it's legit. If we lost, it's cheating, and then that's that. No evidence required, right? And so it's going to be like a shit show. It's going to be a fucking shit show. Let's see here. Well, listen, thanks for the $5, dude. If Dev did have a call-in segment for the SIP, I would just spend it arguing that mouse and keyboard are far superior to controllers. It's the truth. Depends on the game. Depends on the game. I prefer mouse and keyboard for like strategy games, yeah. For sure. Dems would do the same thing like in 2016. Yeah, but 2020 was a far worse level of denial than 2016, for sure. Hold on. Okay, Sparkles, I keep seeing you say this. Was it leaked that Destiny likes jerking with feet? Is that real? Or are you combining like the Chugga Conroy thing with the Destiny thing? Like, that's weird. It's fucking weird. But it's his business. I don't care. Joseph Havens, thanks for the $5, dude. I know what you mean, Dev, as a right-leaning centrist. I feel like some of those people make us look bad, people with light liberal leanings. I've heard from like center-right people, they're basically just like doom-pilled at this point. They're like hoping Trump loses and disappears so that the Republican Party can come back from what the fuck it is now. No, it's Vosh that was into horses, not Destiny. Islands are growing in size. That's kind of funny, actually. Okay. Hold on. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Destiny foot fetish. Caterino talks about Destiny touching her feet from 4 years ago. I do not. Oh, it's a Pulp Fiction reference? Okay. That's not. Is there any evidence of this? Go back to what? Being neocons? Yeah. Unironically, neocons were superior to Trumpsters. Okay. PI, $10. Thanks, man. Papa Dev. You know who Kraut is? I heard you had a spat with Carl, and to me, your guys' politics seem to be the same. Yes, I'm friends with Kraut. I was actually friends. I think I was friends with Kraut back when he and Sargon were friends. I tried to get them to talk it out at one point, like back in 2019, and they wouldn't do it. But no, I've been speaking to Kraut for a long time now. He's a good guy. Do you guys see a future with centrist liberal thought as a power base in the U.S.? Maybe. But people are radicalizing like crazy right now. I don't fucking know, dude. Maybe not. Maybe we need to go through like a period of either far left or far right failures before we can return back to the center. I have tried intermittent fasting. I'm actually on it right now. It's pretty good. Zokai, have you read possible outcomes for the EC? One scenario where Biden would win with enough swing states with only 271 EC votes. Election is nuts. Yeah, things are nuts right now, man. I don't fucking know what's going on. Kraut said Carl DM'd him and apologized. When did he say that, Mr. Bra? Was that like recently? I tried to get them to get together like years ago, and they wouldn't do it. But from what I understand, like I don't know, if it's recent, it's news to me. Woodworm, if MAGA is the only path forward for the Republicans, then I just blanket cannot support the Republicans. Simple as that. Let's see here. I get to the stream to Dev coughing in my ear. Nice. Thanks, Fondue. Thanks for the money, man. I'll give you some more coughs. Have we done all the super chats? No way. I didn't miss any, did I? Oh, I missed a bunch. Jesus, hold on. What the fuck? YouTube. Get it together, buddy. $20 from Hylian Juggalo. Thanks very much. Dev, thing is, those that don't... You know what? Hold on. I'm getting a cough drop. Give me a fucking second. Give me a second. I'm taking my mic off. I'm getting a cough drop before I fucking die. I'm not gonna be like Biden out here. Okay, guys, I got like a bag of 80 fucking cough drops from when Naomi was sick a couple weeks ago. Fuck, dude. Okay, Highland Juggalo, thanks for the $20. Dev, the thing is, those that don't trust the government have legit reasons for it. The showing your ass ratio that the governments have is like 99 to 1. Cap off your right-wing win trilogy with that Death of Institutional Trust video. The Institutional Trust video will come eventually. Miguelito Trout is not guilty of gay ops. Nope. That was all debunked. Kraut's a good guy. Artemis Fowl, $5. I remember Dev accusing me of being far right. I have been the most average American politically. People just do not understand the average American. Artemis, I was fucking around with that, and you know it. You're definitely right-leaning, though, for sure. You're not a centrist, Artemis. I do say so, Sparkles, goddammit. I will make you fucking obey. Goddamn women. Hey, Shattered. Oh, God. Cough drop mixing with coffee is no good. Fucking hell. Oh, yeah, Canada Day's tomorrow, guys. I'm not doing anything special for it, though, unfortunately. Argyle, thanks for the $5, dude. Dev, did you screech at chat about the Trump lies earlier? I would like to know, because the debate is too cringe for not so smelly me. Little bit. Little bit. Not too much, though. We've been pretty good. Fondue, $5. Thanks very much, man. Also, I heard from AJW that Newsom can't legally run with Harris as VP. They would need to switch out the entire ticket if they do switch out Biden. Okay, maybe that's actually pretty good, because Kamala Harris is fucking terrible, guys. Broken Wizard, 60 shekels. Thanks, man. Love your videos and analysis. Whenever you ends up eventually talking about Israel, I recommend looking into the identity crisis of the Israel Prague since the start of the war. The left keeps eating itself. Yeah, of course they do. My TLDR take on Israel is that I'm like soft pro-Israel. And that Israel has generally been correct, like post-1945. No, more like post-1950. There was some weird stuff happening there when Israel was first founded. They probably took some of that land unfairly in the beginning. But ever since then, it's basically the Arabs go to war against the Israelis win and take more land, rinse, repeat, like every 10 years. And it's like, well, you guys should have calmed the fuck down. Oversized Trash Panda, $5. I don't think it's illegal. It's just really bad optics to have the one state send the same president and vice president. Okay, yeah, fair enough, yeah. Tara Shavenko, $10. Thanks, man. On the expert question, is there not a fundamental difference between expertise in a subject and expertise in the law that allows or prevents you from governing on that subject? That will be part of the video, yes. The idea basically, the TLDR of the conversation is that an expert is someone who is inherently not democratic, right? It's someone who says, listen, this is not the voice of the crowd, this is the voice of one person. But this one person's voice should override the voice of the crowd because this is a complicated subject, right? So, like you wouldn't want to get together like 10,000 people and have them vote on how to build a nuclear reactor. It's not going to fucking work out, right? You want to defer to people who know how to do those things. Stop starting wars and losing. Yep, that's the way, man. Holtznayer, thanks for the $5. I've sent you an example. It's more than just white guy x brown girl now. Listen, if it's black guy and white girl, that's just being blacked, not bleached. Sean King, $5. I found 2 scientific articles. I'll DM you on Discord under the name of Deadman. I'll take a look at them. Thank you, man. Artemis Fowl, $10. 2020 was a far more denial than 2016. I don't remember Trump leaving a rogue operative in the DOJ whose sole purpose was to fabricate evidence he was a Russian agent and cripple his administration. No, but I also don't recall Hillary filing like a shit ton of lawsuits to try and overturn the election, none of which went through, and then after all of those failed, concoct this scheme to have the vice president miscount using false electors to try and install him as the next president, all right? Hillary whined a whole bunch, and a bunch of talking heads in the news got real ass mad about it, and that was it. Yes, there was the 2020 election denial was far worse than the 2016 election denial, even though 2016 was like fucking retarded. The Wall Livers Maxim. Descriptions of political alignments need at least 3 dimensions to be valid and useful. You know, completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. Reminder of the 2000 election where the Supreme Court overruled the election. Yes, Trump lost his appeals. That's the point. Inseminate all non-white women to overfill, bros. Based. You should be hard pro-Israel. For hundreds of years, Muslims have tried a final solution to the Jews wherever they have power. Yes, but it's also that the founding of Israel was a bit shady. Holtznader. Thanks for the $5, though. Stream Troll Mike. Thanks for the $5, dude. Will we see a conservative right-wing split similar to the liberal socialist split? Also, the neocons were right and Reagan did nothing wrong. GigaChat. Yeah, probably. I think basically what's funny is that like everyone calls guys like Mitt Romney rhinos, Republicans in name only, but he's not. All right, Mitt Romney isn't a rhino. Trump is a rhino. The whole point of Trump and his MAGA followers is that they successfully subverted the Republican Party from the inside out. Bernie failed to do it from the left, but Trump did it from the right. Okay, and the people who were the Republican Party before Trump, they're the Republicans. These new people coming in and taking over the space, they're the Republicans in name only. There's something further right than the Republicans. But yeah, the conservatives will eventually have to split off from the MAGAs, just like the liberals split off from the commies. Of course, Trump is a rhino. Republican in name only? You think Donald Trump stands for any Republican values whatsoever? No fucking way. He's a populist. Yeah. No, he's a populist. But guess what, guys? Populism is more bad than good in the end. Artemis Fowl, $10. Stop, Dev. Kraut and Zabby are guilty of gay ops. I've shown you the evidence. I was literally there when his Discord tried to flag people's channels because they were ass mad. Artemis, your evidence, as far as I can tell, does not say what you say it says. I appreciate you showing me, though. Recommending books. Hamlet's Mill by Giorgio de Santilla. Maps of Meaning, Jordan P. Peterson, which I've already read. It's good. Dragons of Autumn Twilight by Margaret Weiss. Thanks very much, Zamazi. Appreciate it. I'll check them out. Ton Lido, $2. You must return to Neocon to save the Republic. Oh, dude, listen. If it was like Nikki Haley versus Biden, I'd be like 100%. Nikki Haley, go. Real Holtznayer, $5. Hypothetically, Dev, if your choices were MAGA or destroying the planet, obviously MAGA. Then Holtznayer, you fucking okay, dude. Okay, calm down with that. Okay, hold on. If that's the case, I hope the far left and far right policy fail in the U.S. because these peeps are insufferable. I hate the wokies, and I'm blaming the juice. The juice. Yeah, I understand. I agree with you. Armus Fowl, $5. Why would Sargon apologize to Kraut when Kraut tried to drag Sargon into his bullshit without his consent? I have to go back and look at that conversation. I know that when you're talking about, we're like, hold on. I'm having a Biden moment, guys. Give me a second. No, there was a moment where like Sargon, it was more Kraut's fault than Sargon's for sure. I think everyone knows that. The feud between them. But Sargon wasn't innocent. He probably could have like just apologized to smooth things over, but he didn't, so Dev having a boomer. Having a boomer moment. Okay, what's next? Oh my god, guys, it's been an hour. I appreciate the super chats, but it's been an hour. So many super chats. Jesus, hold on. Fucking. Okay. Highland Juggalo, $20. Dev, have been gathering a list of exactly how old our media is. At the top 100 most successful properties Wiki page, only about 16 of them are less than 18 years old. A video on our geriatric, stagnant media is needed. Yeah, everything good came out in like the 80s and 70s, and we're just remaking it all now. That fucking sucks, dude. Artemis Fowl, $10. None of the lawsuits went through. You know for a fact there are still several lawsuits still active and being illegally sat on by the Fulton County judges. Not sure about that one. That I know what lawsuits you're talking about. I don't know about the illegally sat on part. That is at the edge of my knowledge. I will have to look at that. Holtznayer for $5. I agree about 2020 being worse than 2016, but what about all the investigations from 2016 onwards? Are you talking about like the Mueller report and how Manafort got like thrown in prison and stuff? I mean, that all seems to be legit. Like, if you're saying that Manafort shouldn't have been thrown in prison, that just seems to be false. Hold on. I didn't miss one of yours, Halton. I got them all, but thank you. Highland Gigolo, $5. No, the Trump types are what the Republicans were between the 50s and the 80s. It's returned to form. There's no fucking way that a 1950s Republican did what Trump did, all right? They weren't out there fucking porn stars. They weren't doing the Stormy Daniels thing, all right? Like, no, I don't buy it. There are other paleo-conservatives floating around who are from that era for sure, but Trump himself, no. Fondue is giving money to keep from starting the articles. Thanks, man. Here in Lily Columbia. I am not lying, Artemis. No, fuck you. Here in Lily Columbia, $2. Problem was the neocons were too weak and never said no. Yep, they should have been stronger. Should have been stronger. Should have prevented the takeover of their party. Barry Bruiser, $10. Keep in mind that Mitt Romney was the nominee in 2012 and Dems labeled him unfairly. Binders full of women, put y'all back in chains. They deserve Trump and other rads until they can appreciate Romney. I completely agree, right? That was ridiculous. Like, they treated Mitt Romney like he was a fucking Nazi in 2012, and he was not. All right? He was fucking not. It was ridiculous what happened to that guy. Even though I don't even think he was a good candidate, frankly. But they treated him so poorly. It was nuts. PI, $10. Twitter is so right-wing now, like they keep dissing black chicks, and all I can think about is why. Every time I see a baddie, I can understand why a bunch of white dudes colonized Africa. Makes sense to me. Oh my god, dude. All right. Stop doing these cringe streams and finish the bloody videos. Fuck you, LL. I'll do what I want. Who's this retard spamming actual Jake in the chat? What the fuck? Actual Jake did a 1 hour video on you. Actual Jake's done multiple videos on me. I guess you know you're starting to make it when people like just do huge videos on you trying to get fucking attention, right? That's a bit much, isn't it? Oh well. Okay. Hold on. God damn it, this cough drop ain't helping. Terrace, another Terrace $5 tweet, not tweet, super chat, thank you. One more thing on the experts. Isn't the judge himself the expert in determining the limits of an agent's authority? Yes. Yes, he is. That's the point of a judge. He's also an expert. He's an expert on law. Arthur Tomlin's son, $2. I feel this history rewrite of neocons. Iraq. Honestly, I think Americans are like too PTSD'd over their Iraq failure. Yeah, Iraq sucked. Fair enough. But, you gotta get over it at some point. This whole like, oh man, we did a big fuck up and now we can't do anything in the world anymore. We suck. You gotta just go inside our rooms and close the doors and close the blinds and just spend all day scrolling on 4chan. It's like, come on, grow up. Argyle, $5. Last super chat before I Zen mode. I just wanted to program computers, not get mad. Over awful garbage regarding the president. Also, food shops is smelly. Yes, she is. Thank you. Fire Sky, $5. Trump was registered as a Democrat before 2016. Yep. Same with Bernie. Bernie tried to infiltrate as well. Fondue, $5. There are so many negative Biden moments, it's getting hard to know what people mean when they say they're having a Biden moment. Yeah, fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Holtonator, you didn't miss one. You were reading out of order. Also, after what happened with D&D, you can never ask anyone to do anything to smooth things over. Oh, yes, I can. Because I was right about that. I didn't cause the problem with D&D. Blech. Coffee's done. White Mamba. $20. Thanks, man. I just drove all the way from Manitoba to Ottawa. You North Ontario POS drivers are so annoying, just driving slow and then you speed up when we try to pass. Also, I saw many rainbow woke flags on public school grounds. Yeah, dude, Ontario fucking sucks, man. I want to get out of here. You know what? I'll wait to see how America looks next year, regardless of who wins. Maybe I'll move to the States then. Nightmare, $2. Trump is a rhino because the Republicans are gay pegged cucks. That's fucking stupid. Honestly, I'm reminded of like, so people keep going like, oh, they're cuck-servatives, you know, the right wing is not extreme enough. The right wing needs to radicalize. Like basically you have people who are very far right, whether they're like some type of fascist or they're some type of reactionary or whatever the case may be. They're like, conservatives need to get with the program, man. We're going further right now. They act the same way that like socialists do with liberals. They're trying to radicalize them, trying to pull them into the more extreme camp. And I've noticed like you see cuck-servative a lot, and like, you know, rhino, cuck-servative. And then like you go back 100 years and you see like writing from, you know, like the 1920s. And it's really funny. You can see like Italian fascists calling the Italian conservatives cuckold conservatives. And I'm like, you know, that things don't change, guys. Things don't change. It's the same thing. The same thing's fucking happening. Ernest Fowle, $5. Calling MAGA rhinos does not make sense. The current Republican Party has been remade in Trump's image. It is MAGA. The accusation doesn't fit. Depends on what you mean by what the Republican Party should be. Like, if you think the Republican Party should simply be like a Trump club, then yeah, you're right. But if you're judging what the Republican Party was and has been consistently, then you're wrong. Either way, like it's a nonsense point because I'm still not going to support MAGA. So. Bill Skerner, thanks for the $5, dude. I half believe that MAGA and the Dems are controlled oppositions to cause further demoralization of America until the pros get the revolution they want. Ain't no fucking way that's happening. No way. Nope, don't believe it. A few quid to hire some Discord mods who don't ban funny slurs. Thanks, Quirka. Listen, that's Discord themselves now. Discord is banning the slurs. Sorry. Cap in hindsight. Thanks for the $5. Curious if you cover or will ever cover the GameStop short squeeze. If you're not familiar with it, the memes alone are worth it. I know what's going on with it. Or I know what went on with it. I don't know if I'd ever cover those. I might, but it's like one of those back burner topics. Let's see here. Settlers for $10. Thanks, man. Isolationism is based. Look at Japan. Yeah, but look what happened in Japan other times they isolated, though. All right? The Americans, like, sailed their gigantic black dick directly into Tokyo Bay and then just inseminated them. So, you can't be isolationist all the time. As simple as that. $5, Lady Columbia. What I meant in the previous super chat is the neocons of old were weak on principle. Trump did take over, but that is after decades of right wing losing. They didn't really lose though. Like Reagan was a big winner, Bush was a small winner. Like, I don't know. It does seem to be the case though that if MAGA is what the Republican Party is now, basically I can never support the Republican Party again. I have to be on the Never Trump train. And that is that. Tonlito, $5. The problem with D&D were that Sargon is a bad DM, Rags fights in every point, and V and Rags are a toxic combo. There's more problems than that, but thank you. Biden moment, did you poop your pants, Dev? No, Nightmare. Sean King, $5. What would you say was or where the biggest turning point against the left, and how bad do you think the right-wing backlash will be? I actually think the right-wing backlash will be pretty bad. Once it comes, it's going to be rough. Is that it? Here we go. TRG Scorpion, thanks for the $10, dude. Paleocons lost to the FDR coalition for decades, and it was the neocons that won time and time again. Agreed. I'm not discussing D&D again, Miss Sparkles. I think that's that. You guys have been ridiculously supportive today. This wasn't even fighting. I've been sitting here for an hour answering super chats. Not even fighting today, guys. Would you prefer SJWs to MAGA? Depends how electorally effective they are. Like, if like the AOC and the Squad actually took over the Democratic Party, I would be like, wow, this fucking sucks, dude. This fucking sucks. Sigurther, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, man. Appreciate it. Let's be fair, Dev. Japan did take 2 major L's and they decided not to be isolationist. Yeah, but they started some wars there, though. That's a little different. Sent more Streamlabs, says Holdstander. Also, the Dems stop the socialists for now, but the socialists will win once this generation dies off. I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that. I think the socialists will always fucking lose. They're just a bunch of losers. I will check Streamlabs and we should start the article, shouldn't we? Isn't it time to start the articles? America needs to stop with wars of occupation and liberation instead of focus on wars of conquest and extermination. Our problem is that we are bad at sitting around spending trillions and thousands of lives. We need to hit hard and destroy our enemies. Yeah, I very much agree with you. Like, Iraq shouldn't have happened, obviously. Afghanistan, you should have gone in, like, fucking just, like, glassed the entire place and then left. Well done, Dev. You didn't get one died. Wait, you're bored? Miss Sparkles, what do you mean? We're having fun here. Okay. God damn it. We're all bored. Why are there 500 of you here if you're bored? Okay. It's article time. Oh, $10 from $10 from Lady Columbia. The right is slowly starting to thankfully target education. It must be ripped from the left, as they have generated mostly leftists, slowly changing society by redefining and affecting the ideas of. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. But I've seen people be like, "We got to put the Bible back in schools." Like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Do not bring it. Put it back to the center, guys. Not the right. Put it back to the center. I'm not bored, Dev. Thanks very much, Big Dro. Holtznader, $10. See, that's the difference between us. I would rather destroy the planet and let the SJWs win. The victory would be the biggest atrocity in history, morally. I'd rather not destroy the planet. You know, I do kind of live on it. Dev, I'm sure when you were a kid, you thought America shouldn't ever be out there. If we're traumatized and hate being interventions, it's because our allies, like you, trash-talked everything we did for 25 years. Yeah, if that's the case, then that was a mistake. But here's the thing, like, America shouldn't have gone to Iraq, right? But you should have gone to Afghanistan. Yes. Thank you for the $20 though. And $5 from Artemis. Dev may say he hates MAGA, but he has easily contributed the most in this sphere to Trump's success. Trump's little pog champ. Okay, dude. I mean, there is no way for me to actually convince Trump fans that Trump might be bad. I could present evidence and they wouldn't go fucking anywhere. All right. Okay, friendos. Let's do some articles. Can you be convinced that Trump might be good? If someone comes out and completely debunks the Eastman memo and says it was fake and Trump never did it, Trump was never involved, all the phone calls that were presented were fake, like, then yes, I could be. But as long as the Eastman memo stands, no. Trump will always be bad. To be clear, we don't need to destroy the planet to be at them, just make being a commie illegal. Okay, dude. In all seriousness, Dev, can you maybe make us a video on the justification of centrism? I have seen no definition of particular facts, but it's much similar to the definitions of what? Political correctness? Political queerness. Okay. I guess. Here's the thing. I'm not like a centrist in that I'm always fence-sitting, despite what retards say. I'm a centrist in that I have some left-wing and some right-wing opinions. And I tend to just follow evidence wherever it goes. Hey, Dragonfat, what's up? Okay. Enough nonsense. I appreciate all the support today, but it's time to read some dumb articles. You guys ready? Because I'm ready. Oops. Let me just... How hard was Dev felted? Oh no. Today was a winner for Dev. Artemis Fowl, $10 is because you fundamentally misunderstand why people are voting for Trump. I'll give you a hint. It has nothing to do with who he is or what he has done. No, I get that. They don't like the system. They're voting for a candidate outside the system. Trump is the hammer that breaks things. Understood. I understand the point, Artemis. I don't want things to break. Okay. Article time. So, let's see. Let's zoom in a little bit here. There we go, yeah. Apparently, people booed for the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, and cheered for Trump at the ceremony. And they're going to look into it. How dare you cheer for Trump? Enough nonsense. That's a different kind of nonsense. Thanks, man. Okay. So the FDNY pushed back on a report that it was hunting down firefighters and staffers who booed the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, and shouted, "Trump, Trump, Trump," during a promotion ceremony last week, saying that it's simply looking into those who broke department regulations. No one's hunting anyone down, said the fire department. We're looking into those who clearly broke department regulations. It has nothing to do with politics. A bit wild. It's about professionalism held at an official event held in a house of worship. I bet if they went Biden, 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 you wouldn't be doing this. Damn. So, basically, these firefighters shouted Trump, Trump, Trump at this ceremony. Okay. The New York Post reported that the FDNY Chief of Department, John Hodgins, wrote in an email to Department Brass that the Bureau of Investigation and Trials are investigating the incident and will figure out who those members are. I recommend they come forward. I've been told by the commissioner it would be better for them to, if they come forward. We don't have to hunt them down. We're going to hunt them down because New York Attorney General Letitia James told the crowd to simmer down after receiving a volley of Trump chants during a promotion ceremony. Wow. Should have finished it in 1991. Yeah, based, Katie. Exactly. Okay. So, yeah. We're in a house of God. Simmer down. Thank you for getting out of your system. So, basically, people were getting promoted. This person who is anti-Trump handing out promotions. The crowd chanted, Trump, Trump, Trump. Let's see here. Today's ceremony was about one thing: the accomplishments of the members being promoted. Members whose behavior distracted from that celebration were an embarrassment. By the way, yeah, so this is the case. This is the Trump New York case. That judgment's being passed on the 11th. Damn, dude. I wonder if Trump's actually going to get fucked. Because sentencing for the New York 34 felony charges, that's the 11th. Imagine he gets jail time. Oh my God, what a shit show that would be. What a shit show that would be. Trump gets jail time? Oh, fuck. Dev mentally jacking off to delusional fan fiction. Listen. It would be hilarious. All right? It'd be funny as fuck. It would be a shit show, though. Oh my God. I'm not saying I want it to happen. I'm just saying that it would be a fucking shit show if it did. Trump running the country from his prison cell. Yeah, it'd be so fucking funny, dude. Okay, anyway, as always, this just seems ridiculous. Why are you going after people who disagree with you? Speaking of people getting their assets liquidated to pay off their fucking charges, Alex Jones's assets are going to be liquidated as his company exits bankruptcy. Well, there we go. A U.S. bankruptcy judge on Friday ordered a court-supervised liquidation of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones's personal assets. But he dismissed the bankruptcy of Jones's company, Free Speech Systems, without it ordering it to be liquidated. So the U.S. bankruptcy judge, Christopher Lopez, appointed a Chapter 7 trustee to sell Jones's assets, including his ownership stake in the Free Speech Systems, the parent company of InfoWars. Proceeds would go to pay... Proceeds would go to pay Jones's creditors, relative of 20 students and 6 staff members killed in the 2012 mass shooting at Sandy Hook. But Lopez declined to force InfoWars itself into a separate liquidation, instead saying at a court hearing in Houston, Texas, that Jones could continue to run the company until the trustee sells his ownership stake. Yeah, Alex Jones, I don't think he should have to pay this much money. Like $1 billion was ridiculous, right? That seemed a bit much. But at the same time, he was ultimately wrong. He kept doing the fucking the slander shit with the 2012 mass shooting at Sandy Hook. Like, and he just did not stop after several court orders. So it's like, well, what are you gonna do? Let's see here. So Lopez rejected an argument by some of the Sandy Hook families that Alex Jones should not be allowed to regain control of his company. The judge said the bankruptcy court supervision had never impacted Jones's broadcasts. There's been lots of talk about whether Mr. Jones has regained control of the business, but the reality is, never really lost it. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. No, to say, I did a full fucking thing on Alex Jones, dude. Yes, he did. He absolutely lied. The split ruling will mean further litigation between Jones, his company, and the Sandy Hook families, including battles over $6 million in cash held by Free Speech Systems. The family will also continue trying to collect money that Jones kept from them by sending it to his wife and father and close associates. So yeah, they wanted to basically like destroy his company to get the money, and the judge has rejected it basically, which is probably good, I think. If you wanted to pay back the money, you had to let him work, and the company allows him to work. So Alex Jones lied because I made a video about him. Okay, Imperial Bricks, are you that stupid? Like, do you actually think that's what I just said? That Alex Jones lied because I made a video? Like, my making the video is the reason he lied? How many brain cells do you have? How many, like, RFK brainworms are going on in there? You want me to explain? Well, when I did the Alex Jones content, I went over the evidence and I said, look, here's what he did. He did it here. He did it here. It's like, okay, he did it. I'm not going to relitigate the evidence today. Fuck. Holtznayer, $2. The media lies all the time, and no one cares. The difference is the media tends to listen to a court order telling them to stop. Alex got slapped hard because he didn't. He rejected the court orders. $5 from Artemis Fowl. To be clear, he stopped a long time ago. Jones has stated that the current lawsuit was pushed by the FBI and they forced it into a deep blue area. If you say so, dude. Have to prove that one, though. Anyway, I do think he's getting even though he's guilty, I think he's getting treated way too harshly. So. Oh, man. This guy jumped into a lion enclosure to take a selfie, and he died. Good job, buddy. Good job. From the Hindustan Times. Of course it is. A 38-year-old man was mauled to death by an 8-year-old male Asiatic lion in the Venkatswara Zoo. And this is somewhere in India. He entered its enclosure to take a selfie with it. Prahlad Gujar, hailing from whatever, reached the zoo at 4 p.m. and entered the restricted area. The lion which was there in the enclosure mauled him to death. Our animal keeper noticed and cautioned him from entering the restricted area. He scaled the 6-foot-high fence and jumped into the enclosure. The zoo staff tried to rescue him, but they couldn't do so. His body was found intact with only neck injuries at the part where the animal bit him. The lion was locked in the night house after the attack. Okay. Let's see. Wow. Good job. Good job, dude. Please help me, I am Indian. 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 Isn't that like a Chud Logic thing? Okay. Wizard with a Gun developer Galvanic Games has shut down, guys. R.I.P. Okay. Damn. citing slowing sales in a challenging economy. That sucks. That sucks, dude. Dear friends and fans, it is with a heavy heart that I announce the closure of Galvanic Games. Despite the promising start of Wizard with a Gun, sales are not strong enough to sustain our studio. The last year has been particularly tough. Oh, my other accountant wants a poll over on Twitch if there's any mods around to give it. While we had numerous encouraging conversations at DICE and GDC, the process of signing new projects, even in a good year, takes longer than the runway we had left. Working with Devolver Digital was a dream come true for us. Together we created a game I'm incredibly proud of. There's a certain bittersweetness to knowing that we accomplished all the things we set out to do when we founded Galvanic in 2015. From launching unique, weird, and interesting games to collaborating with some of my favorite people in the industry, all while building a tight-knit, productive team focused on a healthy and creative culture. However, it is increasingly difficult to see our team facing the uncertainty of the current job market. I may never get over the irony of spending a decade building my ideal team, only for it to end after our most productive year. Okay, well, blah, blah, blah. It seems like they're falling apart. Sucks, dude. R.I.P. R.I.P. Wait, people are saying Arch. Is Arch here? Oh, hey, Arch, what's up? How's it going, dude? Arch, I actually, when I lost power yesterday, I lost part of my fucking progress in the video I was making for yesterday. I had to redo that shit. It sucked. Okay, next article. Man who entered a lion's cage 3 years ago now beheads his wife. Wait, what is it with the fucking lions today? Is this the same guy? No, this guy died. This is a different lion guy. Okay. Fucking scroll. Stop. Okay. Why does this page suck so much? Okay. It just... A man who entered the lion's enclosure back in 2021 was seen dancing with his wife's severed head in Chistopur. Okay. Okay, dude. What the fuck? Oh, did Chud raid as well? Hello, Chud. Hey, Chud Logic, what's going on, dude? Listen to this, okay? A man in India entered a lion's enclosure in 2021. He survived, though, and he's now been seen dancing with his wife's severed head. So, Gautam Guchait, 35 years old, was accused of murdering his wife and then indulging in the macabre dance with the head in one hand and a chopper in the other. Okay. Please, sir, I am Indian. I am Indian, sir, please. Do not redeem. Holy shit, dude. Please help me. I am Indian. Please help me. I am Indian. $5 from Settlers. Thanks very much, dude. I feel liberal and conservative need to stop looking at freedom as the most important value in day-to-day life. I'm always looking at individual liberty, not for what they add to the table, or what they restrict others to do or be. I kind of agree with you. Freedom is not the most important value. It is a value that we need to think about, but not the most important one. I agree with you on that one. Thanks for the $50, though. But you got a taste of the lion, OC. Okay. So, this webpage is just randomly scrolling. Police got news of the incident and rushed to recover the lifeless body. Okay. They rushed to recover. Like, you're not going to get her back, dude. Like, she's gone. Okay. So the prime suspect's been arrested. The body and severed head have been recovered for post-mortem. Investigations are underway. At 11 a.m., he was seen dancing and shouting hysterically while brandishing a severed head in one hand and a weapon in the other. Everyone was shocked to witness such a sight. It was clear he was in a frenzy. As he ran towards the main road, he asked people not to come near him as the police were on their way. Nobody dared to approach him, and we called the police. The British? No, this is like an Indian. Okay. Wait, hold on. On Wednesday, a fight broke out between Gautam and his wife over the amount of chips prepared for sale. Apparently, this escalated into a violent fight, and he attacked his wife with a chopper and severed her head. Bitch, where's the chips at? Just brings the machete out. Oh my god, dude. Like it's terrible, obviously, but holy shit. Oh my god. How long is this article? Oh, just more articles down there? Okay, fuck it. Alright. What's next? Oh yeah, Arch and I talked about this last week on the Archcast. Starfield paid mods. Hey, listen, you guys want Starfield to be good? Just pay Bethesda more money to get mods for Starfield. After a long wait, creations are now available in Starfield for the Xbox Series X and S and also PC, opening the door to several new experiences. But not everything's available for free. Creation credits are a premium currency added to Starfield following the release of creations in the game. So if you want to add something to your save file in Starfield, you have to access the premium mods. You got to buy some creation credits, guys. What bullshit. The easiest way to purchase Starfield creation credits is directly in-game via the creations menu. How much do they cost? Well, the minimum you can buy at once is $500, which is so it's $5. So it's 1 cent per 1 credit. Okay. Well, there we go, guys. You want to actually make Starfield a good experience? Shell out a whole bunch more money. Man, fuck Starfield, dude. I think if you just say pronoun, the emote is as his face, I'm pretty sure. I'm not a communist, fuck you. I think it's an all caps pronoun. There it is, yeah. Look at them pronouns, guys. Wife gone, think about wife, regret. I know the meme. Thank you very much, Fondue. Okay, enough of this bullshit. So, there's a government-funded Maine nonprofit which gives kits to addicts that allows them to take their drugs anally. It shouldn't be Twitch only. Okay, so boofing. Boofing is when you put your drugs in your ass. Okay? That's boofing. Putting your drugs into your asshole. And apparently, there's a program to teach homeless drug addicts how to put drugs in their ass. If you're just trolling Imperial Bricks, I understand. Have fun, man. Okay. Let's see. Is there here? I don't want to see the article. I want to see these. The Portland Public Health Boofing Kit. Okay. Boofing is an injection alternative where a person inserts their drugs into their rectum to allow absorption through the mucous membrane. If you're struggling to hit a vein or like to give your lungs a break, boofing is a great option to do your drugs. So the kit includes a needleless syringe, lube, cleansing towelettes, what the fuck? Sterile something or others, Go slowly and have someone nearby with Narcan while you boof your drugs. You can still overdose if you boof an opioid, or if your stimulant is cut with fentanyl. What the fuck, dude? How do I boof? Find a safe and private spot. So, in the middle of the street. Take the deep tin and... I don't... Guys. This shit. Yeah, a new soy jack. The boofer. I'm boofing, guys. Okay, this shit's getting out of fucking hand. This shit is getting out of fucking hand. I am so done with this, like, pro-drug nonsense. Okay. Oh, my God. All right. The instructions advise users to find a safe spot, mix the drugs with saline in a provided tin, clean their hands and their rectum, and use a provided lubricant to ease the syringe's insertion. Those interested in using this method to empty their bowels beforehand. The flyer instructs users to lay on their side in a fetal position or any comfortable position. Insert the syringe tip into the rectum, release the mixture, and keep the syringe in place for a minute to prevent leakage. Okay. $20 from Jeff. Thanks very much. Absolutely loved your Stellar Blade video. Thanks, dude. I'm a game dev that's super against corporate censorship, but I also try to be wary of shooting from the hip on this kind of thing. Thanks for always staying so grounded, man. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you. People go wild with conspiracy theories, but it's a bit much to me. You always got to be chill. Come on. It's a needleless syringe, okay? It is a needleless syringe. And what that means, what that means basically, is it's like a syringe you put in, but it doesn't have a needle. It has like a turkey baster, basically. It's a turkey baster. Yeah. Okay, so. Okay, maybe it's my fucking mouse. Would you scroll properly? Okay, so. Boofing can be an intimate activity with a romantic partner, and also produced a 30-minute video titled All About Boofing, describing it as a relatively safe way to consume drugs. We gotta find this 30-minute video, dude. We gotta find this video. Hold on. We gotta find this fucking video. That's not it. You gotta find this video. Stop. I'm gonna look up All About Boofing. I'm gonna find the video. You're super. Where is it, Holt Snyder? $2. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hey, Dev, are there any countries that aren't ethno-states outside of Western civilization? I think there's a lot of them, actually. I think so. I mean, Japan. That's an obvious one, right? I think a lot of like smaller South Asian countries, some Middle East countries. Yeah. Okay. All About Boofing. Thanks for the $5 though. All About Boofing. I'm going to have to look at this off stream. I'm going to have to look at this off stream, guys. This is not going to fucking work out for us. This is not going to fucking work, dude. This is... This is not gonna fucking work, dude. Okay. No more boofing for now. X has new rules that officially allow porn. Is this a change? I was pretty sure that X always allowed porn. Based on what I can fucking tell. Okay, let's see here. Fucking. I think the scroll wheel on my mouse is fucking busted because it's not scrolling anymore. Okay. Artemis, $5. Boofing is actually more likely to cause you to overdose due to the main brain absorbing directly into the bloodstream. Jackass movie tips. Oh no, I know. I recall butt chugging with alcohol, right? You get drunker way faster by pouring the alcohol into your ass. Like it's not a good idea. Okay. Japan is over 95% Japanese. It's an ethno state. Yes, it is. Yeah. Okay, so the terms of service on X allows you to use porn. But porn's always been on X, so what the fuck? Okay. X has updated its guidelines to let users share consensually produced and distributed adult, nudity, or sexual behavior as long as it's labeled and not in a prominent location, such as a profile picture or a banner. I'm pretty sure porn was always allowed on Twitter, but fine. But they've now updated their policies, I guess, to officially announce it. I don't know. In the past, Twitter didn't explicitly ban porn. It's become a home for some not safe for work creators following the launch of Twitter Blue, now known as X Premium, as creators could encourage followers to pay to view content similar to OnlyFans. Not safe for work content could be another form of revenue for X, which has seen a dip in ad sales following Elon Musk's takeover. Take all the tax money allocated to these drug-promoting nonprofits and buy another carrier group. Thanks, man. Okay. Oh, let's see here. There's nothing really interesting here. It's just weird that now they're officially allowing porn when they've always allowed porn. Oh yeah, Twitter also started hiding likes on profiles, something that had often exposed accounts like Ted Cruz in the past for liking content that was adult or objectionable in other ways. Yeah, that didn't happen because of Ted Cruz. That happened because of Elon Musk. You guys saw that Elon Musk was liking some hentai, right, on his account? And like days later, likes went away for everyone. It's like, good job, Elon. Good job. P in bio, bots total victory. Thanks, man. Wait, AI generated images of Taylor Swift flooding X in January? I missed those. I kind of want to see those, dude. Well, I don't know. I guess. Now, Deb, we won't see you liking dick girls and traps. Your likes are public, says Desi. Yeah, that's always funny. I don't know. I guess it's strange that they're officially doing this because it's always been the case, but okay. And Dev, I remember butt chugging alcohol. No, I never did that. I'm not even a drinker. Speaking of deepfakes, Italian PM Giorgia Meloni sues a father and son. A father and son team making deepfake porn of her. Italian Prime Minister. Oh, this is a paywall. Hold on. I'll have to like put it into a thing. Oh. Uh-oh. Come on. Come on. Did no one archive this? Oh, no, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. Okay, here we go. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni sues a father and son over deepfake porn. Police tracked the men via digital trail left by phones used to upload videos to a U.S. porn site. Okay, so a 40-year-old man and his 73-year-old father are being tried for defamation in Sardinia after superimposing the face of Italy's first female leader onto the bodies of adult film actresses. Police were able to track the men behind the videos via digital trail. Okay. If victorious in the trial, Ms. Maloney has said she will donate the symbolic sum of 100,000 euros, which I guess she intends to get it from them, to a fund supporting victims of domestic violence in order to encourage other women not to be afraid to press charges when faced with online abuse. So deepfakes are realistic video? Yeah. Okay, deepfakes. Got it. Okay. Yep, deepfakes. Fake porn of Emma Watson, Kristen Bell, Taylor Swift. Yep. So, on Sunday, Miss Maloney's personal Instagram was hacked by a fraudster trying to make it appear she was supporting a made-up Elon Musk Bitcoin giveaway. So yeah. Based on that photo, she used a stick in her ass. Jesus. We need Tifa back in the Italian parliament. She seems a bit mad about it, doesn't she? Still. I mean, we all know deep fake porn is bad, but it's a little bit funny. There's some humor in this, guys. There's some humor in this. We all know it. Okay, what's next? A left-wing fact-checker admits that Trump never called the Charlottesville neo-Nazis very fine people. Now, I think we all knew this. In fact, I think I did a video on it back in 2017 when Charlottesville was going down. I did a Charlottesville video talking about how there were clearly some Nazis there, but not all of them were Nazis, and to assume that they were all Nazis is ridiculous. I did that video back in 2017. And however, I included the footage of the one woman who died. Like, she got hit by a car. And I think, oh man, who was it? It was some, like, right-leaning Twitter, like a girl influencer or something, who was recording from her phone, like, streaming on the scene. Streaming to, like, Facebook or Telegram or something back in 2017. Wasn't Lauren Southern. Was it Brittany Pettibone? It was somebody who was right-leaning. And she was, like, holding the phone up. And she was right beside the car as it flew in and killed this chick. She got, like... She was, like, 10 feet away. It was the best possible footage that I could find of it. And I put it in the video. And I got, like... The video got, like, giga-nuked off fucking YouTube. But I put it in the video. And I was like, damn, that's wild. I don't know if any of you guys recall what happened back in 2017, but it was crazy. But yeah. Also what happened at that same protest, though, were, like, the actual Nazis marching around with the tiki torches, right? And they were talking about, like, they're talking about the Jews and stuff, and it's like, okay, so those are the actual ones. But also, there were a bunch of protesters there who weren't Nazis. There were some. In fact, there were probably, that was probably the peak of the alt-right in real life. There were some, but they were not, like, they weren't all of them, obviously. Yeah, there were fine people on both sides. Of course there were. Here's the thing, like, I did that video back in 2017, and there was, like, a guy who I used to hang out with back during the Dev Let's Play days in, like, 2012. And he turned around. That's when he turned on me. He was like, I can't believe you fucking said this. Like, I didn't know you were this kind of... I was like, dude, I'm just, like, looking over the evidence here, man. But yeah, there was tons of Antifa there, too, as well. Yeah, Katie, you're, like, 21 or some shit, right? Like, you're young. You don't know what Charlottesville was. So Charlottesville was a huge protest that happened in, like, the spring, maybe summer of 2017. So right after Trump got elected in 2016. And basically, you had Antifa show up and, like, they're like burning down. Like, keep in mind, at this entire time, Antifa had been, like, destroying cities. Like, they've been burning shit down. They've been going fucking wild, Antifa, because they didn't like the fact that Trump won. And there were several protests before this. And so Antifa shows up at Charlottesville. But also so did legitimate alt-righters. Legitimate alt-righters showed up at Charlottesville. And they were like basically this new crop of young white nationalists. And they were marching around talking about how like Jews were trying to destroy America and trying to destroy the white race and blah blah blah. blah. Someone says Charlottesville was a Fed gay op. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was not. But there was also like, actually, I saw an article maybe 6 months ago of one of the core Charlottesville guys ended up dying of a heroin overdose like last year. It's like, good job, buddy. But yeah, there were some insane fucking people, some insane fucking right wing people at Charlottesville. Fuck off, Solon Village. Fuck you. There were some insane fucking right wing people at Charlottesville, as well as some insane left wing people too. And it turned into a whole fucking thing, and basically Charlottesville became like this axis point that everything rotated around for a long time with Trump, because Trump said, "Listen, I disavow the alt-right and the alt-left that were both." He said the so-called alt-left that were both there. There were fine people on both sides, but like, I disavow the violence. And people kept taking this out of context to make Trump sound like he was supporting the alt-righters. Like, fuck, it was a long time ago. Fuck. I don't have a thick accent. Fuck you. God damn it. I might have to go back and do like a Charlottesville redo video at some point, just to fucking like see what like just to relook at what happened, because it was a long time ago now. Like 2017 is now 7 years ago. It doesn't feel like it, but it was. Anyway, so the left-leaning fact-checking website Snopes acknowledged Saturday that former President Trump never called the neo-Nazis very fine people during the Charlottesville Unite the Right rally. Critics of Trump have claimed for years that he equated neo-Nazis with counter-protesters following the event. President Biden was chief among those critics, citing the supposed incident as a main reason for launching his 2020 campaign. While Trump did say that there were very fine people on both sides, he also specifically noted that he was not talking about the neo-Nazis. And he said that they should be condemned totally. Therefore, we've rated the claim false. The Snopes fact-checked now aligns with years of arguments from Trump's camp, who long stated, backed by transcript and video, that his comments were taken out of context. And yeah, they were. Dude, listen, I don't like Trump. You guys all know that. The Trump derangement syndrome that came out of 2016, 2017, 2018 was fucking insane, all right? People were losing their goddamn mind over Trump. It was wild. Like, people had gone like full fucking retard. It was nuts. Anyway, 7 years too late, but they've finally corrected the record, I guess. Yeah, like there's one of the guys. Okay, to be fair, there were some right-wingers who were saying, these guys aren't Nazis. And I'm just like, yeah? I get the whole Fed glowy argument, but there ain't no fucking way you get the tattoo put on you if you're not actually a Nazi. He's Buddhist. Fuck off. So, Snopes' ruling removes key ammunition from Biden's arsenal just days before he and Trump are scheduled to meet. Yeah, so this is from before the debate. Biden still used it, and Biden was wrong to use it. Like, it was not... The President of the United States assigned a moral equivalence between those spreading hate and those with the courage to stand against it. In that moment, I knew the threat to this nation. Okay, listen, Biden. Biden's never going to see this, but I'm talking to him anyway. Biden. My video was literally called the moral equivalence between the alt-right and Antifa, because there is one. There was one, and there is one. They're both these like radical rioting groups that fucking want to ruin things, and they should both be fucking condemned. Artemis Fowl, $5. Deb, you're going to cover that the FBI was exposed to funding Nazi and far right protests and staged ones outright. I don't know if that's in this set of articles, Artemis. I did see that floating around, though. I haven't looked at it yet. But I don't think that's in this set. Okay. What's next? Oh, yeah. Here's why I'm keeping my shoes on in your shoeless home. Dude, what is it with Americans wearing shoes? Would you scroll? What is it with Americans wearing shoes inside the fucking house? Like, what's wrong with you guys? Americans. You know what? Doing a poll over on YouTube. Where's poll? Where's the poll? Where's the fucking poll button? Start a poll. Americans, do you wear shoes indoors at home? Yes or no? It's 83% no. Really? 76% no. 75. Here's the thing, right? In Canada, no one, not a single fucking person wears shoes inside. None. Zero. Most other countries, none. No one wears shoes inside. All right? And we have like this stereotype of Americans as always wearing shoes inside. And we're all like, what the fuck's wrong with Americans? Why do they do this shit? Oversized trash panda, $5. This isn't the first time you've done this article. I've never met another American or anyone in the country who does this. This is slander. Have I read this article before? Oh, sorry. It must be like an old one. I don't recall doing it. Artemis Fowl, $5. I have a $300 Roomba. Of course I wear shoes. Wait, of course I wear shoes indoors, except when I'm done going outside for the day. It's called freedom, Deb. You wouldn't understand. Okay, here's the thing. If I'm like in full work mode and I'm in and out of the house constantly because I'm like working on something that's dirty, I might like wear shoes and then like clean up afterwards. I understand that, you know. But as a general rule, no. I do not wear shoes inside. I take the shoes off at the door. Wait. Someone over on Twitch, can you ban the Twitch mods? Like ban the Twitch bots because multiple just showed up at the same time. Jesus Christ, Lizard, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, well, thanks for the poll, guys. That's wild, though. Ban the Twitch mods. No, don't ban the Twitch mods. No, don't ban the Twitch mods. Okay. If I've already read this, should I not read it again? Let's see. Shoes are one of the things that separates us from the other species. Not only are shoes fabulous, but they protect us off from not. Is this just bullshit? I understand there are people who don't wear shoes in the home for cultural or religious reasons. If I'm entering the home of someone from a culture in which wearing street shoes inside is a sign of disrespect, I'm of course going to take them off. Listen. In my culture, as a Canadian, it's a sign of disrespect. So fuck you. I will also remove them when my shoes are covered in snow, mud, blood, condiments of any sort, lava, excrement, concrete dust, biomedical hazardous waste, yada, okay. Read it every week. Thanks, Fondue. Barring shoes outright, just to keep your floors clean, is bringing a gun to a pillow fight. It turns out there's already an effective, old-fashioned way to achieve your goal of a clean floor. It's called a doormat. How about you get the fuck out, then? It's my fucking house. $5. Caleb, thanks, man. I wear shoes inside as much as I am barefoot outside and vice versa. My bare feet track in the same thing my shoes do. Okay. In other shoeless homes, it isn't the dirt that owners fear, it's the germs. For these folks, shoes are a super spreader event. Okay, yeah, fine. Yeah. What about babies? If you go back, a bunch of okay. Pets, yeah. Right. Shoeless homeowners prefer to do the easy thing and point at my shoes and deliver the unspoken message. Welcome to our home where your filth is filthier than the filth we already all have on our floors. No. Take your shoes off. Once shoeless, feet are utterly vulnerable to myriad household threats: chair legs, bedposts, door jams, drop knives, random Lego pieces, and God forbid anyone has been playing jacks. Wait. Please don't offer me a pair of guest slippers. Do I look like I want to wear a pair of nasty slippers previously worn by potentially tens of strangers before me? There's dried on foot sweat and dead skin in those things. I'll stick with it. Well, your shoes are also dirty. Oh my God, I hate these people. Yep. I want you to just never come over. Right. My shoe policy is this: unless there's something seriously nasty visibly stuck to the bottom of your shoes, they should remain on your feet unless your personally desire to take them off. Okay. The fact that this person frames this story as, back at the start, I'll be keeping my shoes on in your shoeless home. It's like, no, you won't, because guess what? You don't control. You don't have that fucking right. Like, you don't control what happens here, lady. You understand? I'll kick you out of my shoeless home. Do I not walk outside barefoot? Very rarely. Very rarely. Okay. So, a man flies nearly 1,000 miles to attack a fellow gamer with a hammer. Dude, that's what I call a pro gamer move. Giga Chad. An online gaming dispute made its way into the real world when a New Jersey man flew to Florida to attack another player with a hammer. Edward Kang, 20 years old, is charged with attempted second-degree murder and armed burglary with a mask, according to Nassau County Court records. He was arrested early Sunday morning. I just want you to know, this is a weird one, said the county sheriff during a news conference on Monday. Some things you just can't make up. Linux says $2. Dev, another poll with slides and sandals is a third option. No, I'm not doing that. But thank you. Okay. Kang and the victim, another young man around the same age, had never met in real life, but they both played ArcheAge, a medieval fantasy massively multiplayer online role-playing game. The game's publisher announced in April it would be shutting down servers in Europe and North America on June 27th due to a declining number of active players. Kang flew from Newark, New Jersey to Jacksonville, Florida last Thursday after telling his mother he was going to visit a friend that he had met while playing a video game. NJ Man versus Florida Man should be on pay-per-view. Officials didn't say how Kang learned where the victim lives. Upon arrival, Kang took an Uber to a hotel in Fernandina Beach, about 35 miles north of Jacksonville, and then bought a hammer at a local hardware store. Kang went to the victim's Fernandina Beach home, which was unlocked, around 2 a.m. The victim was walking out of his bedroom when he was confronted by Kang, who hit him on the head with a hammer. The two struggled as the victim called for help. His stepfather responded and restrained Kang until police arrived. The victim suffered several head wounds that were not considered life-threatening. Once in custody, Kang said the victim is considered a bad person online. He also asked deputies how much jail time people got for breaking and entering an assault. I would say, Mr. Kang, it's a long time before you're going to play video games again. Wow, guys. They leveled up. Our hammer's the meta now. That's pretty wild, isn't it? That's pretty wild, guys. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Let's continue on. American man admits to attacking 2 U.S. tourists and killing one of them near a German castle. Authorities say that the woman didn't know the man before they met near whatever that German word is. The suspect was arrested shortly after the June 14th attack. Holy shit. Well, there we go. An American man on Monday admitted to charges of murder and rape after he allegedly pushed 2 U.S. women down a ravine. Okay. Fatally injuring one of them near Germany's castle, whatever castle this is. The 31-year-old defendant admitted to the charges during the start of his trial. Defendants in the German legal system do not formally enter pleas to charges. The defendant has committed an unfathomable crime, the defense lawyer said. The defendant, whose name hasn't been released in line with German privacy rules, confirmed that his lawyer's statement was correct but did not answer any questions. I've read this article before too, have I? The defendant is charged with murder, rape with fatal consequences, attempted murder, and possession of child pornography. Where'd the child porn come from? Like, okay. Just drop that one out of nowhere. Okay. Murder charges carry a maximum sentence of life in prison in Germany. The attack happened on June 14th. Prosecutors say the defendant met by chance the 2 female tourists, aged 21 and 22, on a hiking path and lured them off the trail. He apparently first forced the younger woman to the ground and tried to undress her. When the elder woman tried to help her, a scuffle ensued and the suspect allegedly pushed her down a steep slope. She fell about 50 meters and sustained a head injury, bruises and grazes, but survived. The suspect strangled the younger woman until she was unconscious, and then raped her, and then he pushed her down the slope as well, and she died. Jesus. They found a laptop and cell phones from the suspect that had child sexual abuse material. Holy shit, dude. A divided Supreme Court rules that outdoor sleeping bans are okay. Based. Get the homeless off the streets. Stop injecting shit. Get out of here. The Supreme Court cleared the way for cities to enforce bans on homeless people sleeping outside in public places on Friday, overturning a ruling from a California-based appeals court that found such laws amount to cruel and unusual punishment when shelter space is lacking. The case is the High Court's most significant ruling on the issue in decades, and comes as a rising number of people in the U.S. are without a permanent place to live. Okay. In a 6-3 decision along ideological lines, the High Court found that outdoor sleeping bans don't violate the 8th Amendment. Western cities had argued that the ruling made it harder to manage outdoor encampments in public spaces, but homeless advocates said that punishing people who need a place to sleep would criminalize being homeless. Yeah, I mean, the obvious counter is like, where do you put them then, right? I guess the answer is prison. But people don't like the fact that their streets are filled with homeless people. Like, and fair enough, right? In California, which is home to 1/3 of the country's homeless population, Jesus Christ, California. Governor Gavin Newsom said the decision gives state and local officials the authority to clear unsafe encampments from the streets while acting with compassion. This decision removes the legal ambiguities that have tied the hands of local officials for years. Well, good job, Gavin Newsom, for agreeing with me. Clear them out. Clear them out. Homelessness is complex. Its causes are many. So may be the public policy responses required to address it. A handful of federal judges cannot begin to match the collective wisdom the American people possess in deciding how to best handle a pressing social question. like homelessness. He suggested that people who have no choice but to sleep outdoors could raise that as a necessity defense if they are ticketed or otherwise punished for violating a camping ban. Homeless advocates, on the other hand, have said that allowing the cities to punish people who have no other place to sleep would ultimately make the crisis worse. Cities had been allowed to regulate encampments under a U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling, but couldn't completely bar people from sleeping outdoors. Sleep is a biological necessity, not a crime. Yeah, but why should you sleep on the street, though? Okay. Naomi just got home. I heard her come in. Did you guys hear her come in? Anyway, people are mad about it, as they would be, because, of course they would be. But you know what? It's getting to be ridiculous what's going on. It's getting to be ridiculous. Wait. A right-wing family moved to Russia to escape LGBTQ and trans stuff, but now they're ready to come back. Oh, was Russia not the fucking paradise you thought it would be? Oh, imagine that. The patriarch of a right-wing Canadian family of 11 had just about enough of gay people in his country. We didn't see... No, we haven't read this one already, the big AEC. We read them going. We didn't read them coming back. We didn't feel safe for our children there in the future anymore. There's a lot of left-wing ideology, LGBTQ, trans, just a lot of things we didn't agree with a teacher now. And we wanted to get away from that for our children. Okay. Maybe I did read. No, I think you're right. I think I did read this one. Yeah. Yeah, because they had their money stolen, right? Yeah, the nice Russians offering to help them disappeared. Yeah. That's right. No, we did cover this. Sorry, you're right. We already covered it. Sorry. Let's move on then. Let's move on. West Virginia judge revokes the bond of a white couple who reportedly kept their black adopted children locked in a shed in despicable conditions with no water, lights, and little food. Jesus Christ, guys. The fucking the fucking white slavers are back. Holy shit. Okay. A white couple... Oh, hold on. A $2 from Machine Company. Thank you. Revoke your citizenship. Set an example. Based. Okay. A white couple from rural West Virginia is back behind bars after a judge revoked their initial bond and raised it to $500,000. More than double the amount they faced last year when police arrested the pair on charges of locking their adopted black children in a barn and forcing them to work as slaves. Naomi just arrived, guys. Are you eating dinner?
Mm-hmm. That says back. Back.
Yeah, back behind bars.
That means that we're in there before.
Yeah. They probably paid paid like a bond to get out.
If you get arrested, you shouldn't be able to adopt children.
That's
the rule.
I think it was from before. Just like people that left to join ISIS. I agree with you, Fondue. Yeah, fuck them. Okay. Donald Ray Lance, 63, and Jeanne K. Whitefeather, 62, both from Sissonville, were ordered to reappear in Kahanawa County Court on June 11th, more than 8 months after each posted a $200,000 bond. At the time, police conducting a wellness check at the Cheyenne Lane home were shocked to discover the 2 of the couple's 5 adopted children living in deplorable conditions, padlocked inside of a ramshackle storage shed in the back of the property, which had no working lights or running water. The abused children were a 14-year-old boy and a 16-year-old girl. A third child, a 9-year-old girl, was confined to a loft inside the main house, away from the presence of adults and isolated from her other siblings. So they pleaded not guilty. They made $200,000 bail. They remained free for several months, but in May, a grand jury indicted the couple on more than a dozen new charges, the most serious being human trafficking of a minor child, which prompted the judge to revoke the lower bond. Jesus Christ. Okay, so the upgraded charges include alleged use of a minor child in forced labor, child neglect creating a substantial risk of serious bodily injury or death, as well as false swearing and potential civil rights violations based on color, race, or ancestry. The indictment suggests that 3 of the 5 adopted children were black and that the human rights charges stemmed from those children being specifically targeted and forced to work because of their race. Holy shit, dude. Yeah. The kids were forced to perform farm labor. They were not allowed inside the residence. Oh my god, dude. Adam Unfriended. Stop it, Indirect Soder. While controversial, bringing back bonded labor, bondage of necessary to potentially solve the homelessness problem. Oh my god. Thanks for the $5, dude. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, these kids were locked away, it just seems. Hadn't eaten in 12 hours. Disturbing smell. Heat wave from inside the barn. White couple adopted 5 black kids for use as slaves. The children appeared feral and dirty, reeking of body odor, while the boy had open sores on his bare feet. They were forced to sleep on a bare concrete floor. The police remained at the house for 3 hours before Lance arrived home with an 11-year-old boy. They found the 9-year-old holed up in the loft. Lance was placed under arrest. An hour later, wait for their return home, and guided deputies to another 6-year-old girl who was visiting with another couple from their church. The couple's original cash bond was likely obtained through trafficking profits, pointing to the fact that the couple produced the $400,000 bond despite a lack of obvious means to do so. So they have no income or assets, which raises the questions about the source of the funds. Wow. So they're actually literally just buying and selling black kids and using them as slave labor. Wow. I know Dragon Fat Deposit, like, you post like based on the fucking I get it jokes, I get it, but this is wild. Like, this is insane. Imagine going to prison and like the black gang in prison is like, what are you in for? It's like selling black people. Oh my god, dude. Wow. Wow. I'm actually stunned. Human trafficking, human rights violations, use of forced labor, child labor. They've all pled guilty, but there's no fucking way. From now on, these are the only kids that can complain about modern day slavery. Yeah, exactly, dude. Eggs fucking exactly. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, dude. This is the world's most hairy woman from the Guinness Book of World Records. Apparently she got married and started shaving. Well, good for her. Is it working out? On August 5th, 1999, a girl was born in Thailand. She had her entire body was covered with hair. Just the world's hairiest woman. That's a Wookiee. She had a very rare skin condition that made hair grow everywhere. There's only been 50 cases documented in the world. Yeah, dude. Imagine the guy who marries her because he has a hair fetish, and then she starts shaving. Oh, no. Oh, no, dude. That's a lot of hair, though. I mean, she had like a happy childhood, it looks like. See? Yeah. The girl grew up surrounded by loving people, but when she went to school, she was forced to face the cruelty of the world. Her classmates insulted her in her disgusting ways. They called her a monkey and a wolf. They ignored her. They pointed and laughed at her. Damn. This is a true furry, guys. Well, okay, don't do the duck face. Please. Please. She fell in love with a guy friend. Oh, I guess she does shave. Like that's all the hair gone, right? Yeah. Fell in love with a guy. It started with friendship, then became a couple. Our conversation brought me happiness. We feel comfortable together. It's the kind of love I didn't expect. I didn't think it would ever happen to me. Well, you know, good for them. It's good that she found someone. They got married. Okay.
You know, I really want to know if that guy's a furry.
Yeah. He might be. Wonder how much she has to shave.
Depends on how fast the hair grows.
Yeah. Also, Naomi's here, guys.
Hi!
I don't think you can see her.
Well, you better not fucking not be able to.
Yeah, because she's currently getting changed. Well, why would you walk out here?
Why not?
You fucking...
You never have the fucking camera on while you're doing stuff.
I can see her, says someone. The Southern dogs are acting up. It's Sherman time. Thanks, Lady Columbia.
There's nothing good to see anyway.
I don't know, dude. Every single time you walk around on camera, everyone talks about your ass.
I don't care.
And they're just like, oh my god,
They're all
Dev,
wrong.
jiggling.
Shut up. God.
What's the like to dislike ratio on your recent video? Last I checked, it was like 80% likes. Here's the thing, okay? People keep going like, Dev, your entire audience is in revolt. Your YouTube career is over. I look at the video that pissed people off, and it's like 85% likes to 15% dislikes, maybe 80, sometimes 75. You know, most of my videos have like 98% likes. So I'm like, most people still agree with me. It's just that the ones who are like coping hard are just like very quiet. Or no, they're very loud, I mean. Naomi OnlyFans stream when?
Never.
The final article for today. What the fuck? Can you? Oh yeah. The Democrats are... Get out of here! The Democrats are wrestling with an age-old problem. Tell the fat-ass white girl to be silent, Dev. We're chatting right now.
Oh.
Okay. Warn someone before you walk in, Naomi.
No.
Okay. Democrats are wrestling with an age-old problem. Maybe Hillary Clinton could come to the rescue. That's who we need, guys. We don't need Joe Biden. We don't need Kamala Harris. We don't need Gavin Newsom. We need Hillary fucking Clinton. Bring that bitch back from the dead. It's her turn. Okay. Seemingly unrelated news items.
We need a whammon president.
We
need it.
Okay, would you shut up? Okay.
Need it.
Seemingly unrelated news items collided midweek to suggest a possible solution for a vexing problem: President Biden's age. Let's see here. There's no clear vision for a fix. If Biden wins, he'll be 82 years old on Inauguration Day. The problem isn't his numerical age. People age in different ways. In some cases, people hardly age at all. They're so physically fit and mentally astute. But even the most robust 80-year-old would be challenged to keep pace with the White House job. Far younger presidents have turned gray in the Oval Office. Biden's steady decline in the past few years, his stumbles, his search for words, his occasional blank stare have been impossible to ignore. Such change isn't a reflection of character, it's a part of natural order of life, and it isn't ageist to take note. But both Biden and former President Donald Trump, who's 78, have forced the issue to the forefront of our politics. So, North Dakota has recently approved a ballot measure to establish an upper age limit for congressional candidates. Okay, let's see here. Okay. A significant obstacle to a Biden win is Kamala Harris, whose low popularity has not been improved by her lackluster performance as vice president. More independents and disenchanted Republicans might swing for Biden if it weren't for the prospect of President Harris. Not because of her sex, race, or any other demographic category, but because of her competency or lack thereof. The question now is, how risky would it be for Democrats to replace her? Some worry that a change would jeopardize black votes. Well, hold on though, because Harris isn't black. She's Indian.
Is she?
I thought she was black.
She's from India.
Oh.
Like partially, yeah. Okay.
Well then.
Finally, a return to the Madam President memes. Okay, hold on. All right, sorry. Okay. Does anyone think any Democrats are going to suddenly turn to Trump because Biden changes running mates to improve his chances of re-election? Herein lies one of the problems of identity politics. Block voting by skin color is among our most racist assumptions. Democrats, regardless of pigmentation or cultural heritage, want to win elections. Yes, I hate the fucking id poll on the left. We're running out of time. Get us to the fucking Hillary Clinton. Okay. Here we go. Right.
What time? I can stay up as late as I need to.
Bullshit. Okay. A brief story on Wednesday alleged a controversial development in a New York congressional race. Hillary Clinton had endorsed Westchester County Executive George Latimer for the House seat, currently held by the incumbent Squad member Jamal Bowman. With Trump on the ballot, we need strong, principled Democrats in Congress more than ever. In Congress, George Latimer will protect abortion rights, stand up for the NRA, and stand up to the NRA and fight for President Biden's agenda, just like he's always done. Okay. Why is Clinton getting involved now? We are left to speculate about the motive, but the effect of Clinton inserting herself into the news cycle is to remind voters that, but for her defeat in 2016, we wouldn't be stuck in this old white men dilemma. She's also reminding people of her relative centrism, her support for Israel, and her broadly respected role as Secretary of State. No one has mentioned her as a possible running mate for Biden as far as I know, but why not replace Kamala Harris with Clinton? At 76 years old, she might want no part of it, but it's hard to retire when you feel your job isn't done. If Biden needs to step down, even those who didn't vote for Clinton would have confidence in her ability to keep the country on track. It's just a thought, but worse ideas have been met with regrettable success.
She's also too fucking old. We need a goddamn age limit on politics. If you're old enough to fucking retire, you can't be in politics.
$5 from Adam Unfriended. Naomi for president. Everyone gets pegged equally and fairly.
Correct.
Naomi 2021.
Correct.
Okay.
Jesus.
Listen, guys. Would you guys vote for a Biden-Clinton ticket? Or should Hillary Clinton just come in and replace Biden entirely?
Why not?
Imagine that, guys. Imagine if in the 11th hour... Okay, imagine Biden dies tomorrow of old age, and they roll Hillary Clinton out, and she's like, I'm the candidate. Trump versus Clinton rematch. We're coming back, Hill Dogs. Brian Linden, $10. Thanks very much, dude. I left an angry comment back in your Fetterman video. I still think you're off on some things, but at the very least, his good days are much more common than I thought. Here's $10 as an apology. Thank you very much, dude. I've really appreciated. Thank you.
Thanks, Tej.
Naomi gets my vote. $5. Fondue. Id poll is getting wild when all the candidates identify as winning the election. That's basically it. That is Trump's id poll in the end. He identifies as winning. Even when he doesn't, he identifies as winning. $5 on oversized trash panda. It's times like these that I appreciate living in a state where my vote doesn't matter. Because to hell with all of this. You're in California, right? Yeah, it's always going left wing. So that's just how it is. Okay.
Can you imagine one year if all the left-wing voters were just like, we're just not going to vote this year because it always goes left, and then Just suddenly, a Republican run state, and everyone's just like, well, shit. You forgot to vote.
We all forgot to vote. Oops. Oh, you're from Massachusetts. Yeah, that's also pretty set, though. That's also pretty set. Okay. Listen, guys, now that Naomi's here, we're going to take a quick
We're
break.
gonna do me things now.
Yeah, are we?
Yeah.
Did you see the Elden Ring mod that turns the game into Bloodborne? It's called Graceborn. Looks fucking awesome. I haven't seen that in Review, but it sounds cool, man.
I've heard of
That
it.
sounds cool. Okay, 15-minute break. Naomi and I are going to
15.
play 15.
If we were taking a 15-minute break, I could have just eaten on the break.
Yeah, well, I got shit to do.
But I'm here now.
In 15 minutes.
5 seconds. Ow, ow, stop, ow.
You said ow before I even hit you the first time.
Ow,
This is, you faker.
Ow.
Okay.
I already knew it was going to hurt.
In 15 minutes, we're going to come back and we're going to play some Final Fantasy. So stick around, guys, and I'll see you in a bit. Thanks for being here. I love you.
Goodbye.